My name is Greg Reilly. I've been in Milton for 18 years and I teach in the math department.
Can you tell us about what grades and classes you teach?
Depending upon the year, I always teach seniors, so I usually teach Class 1 students in statistics. And for the past couple of years I've been teaching Algebra 1G, which is a freshman course, and I've been teaching Honors Algebra 2. But I've taught pretty much all of the courses from Algebra 1G to Calculus and Statistics.
When choosing Milton, what stood out to you from other schools?
Well, interestingly, I came to Milton as a sabbatical replacement, a one-year sabbatical replacement. I've been teaching public school for 16 years, but the school I was at was actually a one-year, I was only there for 1 year. I came here to teach statistics for 1 year, and what I liked about the school is that the students were interested, the students were curious, and the school allowed me the freedom to cover material in ways that were interesting to me and the students I had, whereas when I was in public school, that was at the time that the MCAS test, which is a state's highest stakes test, was becoming a staple, and I did not enjoy how that was affecting what I had to do in the classroom.
Can you tell us about your favorite project that you assign?
It's probably the semester project that we do at the end of first semester in statistics. Students have to, in small groups, they have to design an experiment and then implement the experiment, gather the data, and then their work on that project is to actually demonstrate that they understand the key ideas of the first semester in a topic that they choose. So I like it because hopefully it allows the students to explore something that they find interesting to them while still demonstrating understanding in the course that I'm trying to get them to learn.
As a faculty member, what do you think your favorite part about teaching is here?
I really love the level of engagement with the students. I used to tell my colleagues from my former schools that here, if I can think of crafting a good question or a good problem, if I put it in front of my students, they're like lions to the feed. And you can usually tell, sometimes I'll come in with a question and it'll fall flat on its face. But then there are other days where you put something in front of students here and they just kind of go after it. And I like how the students here will grab onto an idea, whether or not they fully understand it yet or not. They're willing to engage with it. They're willing to try things and perhaps not have it work out so well and then kind of retrace their steps and start over. So I just really like the fact that students here are willing to engage in problem solving in what I typically find meaningful ways.
How does the school support your department to help teachers impact students even more outside of the classroom?
I suppose not my department, but all departments, just the fact that because we have to advise, we get to see students outside the classroom. Because we have to do other things besides teach, we have to see students in different ways. So the fact that it's a requirement that I coach or do something else kind of guarantees that I have the ability to see students in things outside of the class that I teach them in.
What is your favorite tradition here at Milton?
The flagpole ceremony at Veterans Day. I remember the first time we did it, I questioned, really? This school thinks that it's so important that it should go to school on Veterans Day when nobody else is? And then when I first got to see that not only the high schoolers, but K to 12, everybody understands that once you set foot outside, you walk in silence to the flagpole, you stay in silence, you attend to the flag, and then you process away in silence. It's just really impressive to me that to see K to 12 and faculty doing that in unison. Whereas I don't think outside of that, people who don't go to school that day, I don't know how much they think about Veterans Day.
And last question, as a math teacher, I know this Friday we have Math Symposium. Can you just explain what that is and how students are involved?
So Math Symposium, we've tried to, in many classes, have students take on projects of their own choosing with different levels of flexibility and topic. We think that it's important that students be able to do their own research and then celebrate that by actually creating a display and fielding questions about a topic of their choice to show that there's more to math outside of the courses that we teach here, and to celebrate that students have a lot to bring to new mathematics.